Hi, my name is Prof.Luke Howard. I'm a pulmonologist based in the UK and I specialise in pulmonary hypertension and cardiopulmonary medicine. Pulmonary arterial hypertension, often referred to as PAH, is a rare, progressive disease that occurs when the small arteries in the lungs become thickened and narrowed. In PAH, the essential task of pumping blood into the lungs to pick up oxygen and then circulate it to every cell in the body becomes difficult. Now, there are three connected processes that contribute to PAH and its progression. These are 1. Inflammation, 2. Proliferation, and 3. Fibrosis. Let's look at these in a little more detail. Inflammation occurs when an injury in the body activates the immune system to start the healing process. It's like an alarm bell going off. But in PAH, this inflammatory response is abnormally activated and causes cells in the blood vessel walls of the lung to multiply too much. This is called proliferation. This proliferation of cells that builds and builds ultimately changes tissue flexibility because the blood vessel walls thicken, so the small arteries in the lung become narrow and constricted. As PAH progresses, the vascular walls can scar and become rigid. This is called fibrosis. When this happens, blood flow slows down while pressure increases, putting strain on the right side of the heart. Research shows that together, these three processes, inflammation, proliferation, and fibrosis, contribute to what is referred to as remodeling of the pulmonary arteries. This is a fundamental change to the structure of the small arteries in the lungs. We call this vascular remodeling. These three processes involve multiple genes, proteins, and their receptors. Three important receptors that contribute to PAH are PDGFR, CSF1R, and c-KIT. Let's look at these in a bit more detail. The first receptor, PDGFR, triggers the cell proliferation I've already mentioned, which then leads to fibrosis or scarring in the blood vessel walls of the lung. The second is CSF1R, a cell surface receptor which, when activated, releases PDGF and other substances that cause inflammation and also contribute to proliferation in the small pulmonary arteries. The third is the c-KIT receptor, which contributes to vascular inflammation. All three of these receptors work together to bring about vascular remodeling in the small arteries of the lung. Blocking these receptors may stop the inflammation process, proliferation and fibrosis occurring in the small pulmonary arteries. As a result, this could potentially slow or reverse the damage caused by vascular remodeling. So what can be done to treat PAH? Well, we do have treatments, but sadly there is still no cure. Treatment for PAH features 2 or 3 medicines that work in different ways, but generally speaking are what we call vasodilators. Vasodilators open the pulmonary arteries and, while they are effective, they do not interrupt or reverse the damage caused by the remodeling process that I've described earlier. We need future treatments to work in a different way that address the vascular remodeling by targeting the cause of the disease. Treatments with new and unique modes of action that will work in different ways from vasodilators are on the horizon. In summary, although many treatment options have become available for people with PAH over the past 2 decades, new medicines are needed to improve long-term patient outcomes. Medicines that are effective and well tolerated, medicines that are delivered in a patient-friendly way direct to where they are needed, and, in an ideal world, new medicines that are designed to address the cause of the disease with the goal of reversing the damage, the vascular remodeling process.